Legendary gang. So time boys, man, before we get to this video, man, if y'all boys want some nice new fresh crispy jerseys, man, I will have the link down below, man. It's immaculate jerseys, man. Shout out to him, man. Y'all see these nice fresh crispy jerseys. Justin Fields. Hey, use promo code Donald for 10% off, man. Nice prices, nice everything, you know what I'm saying? Hey, let's get to the video, man. No cap. Legendary gang. So time boys, man, it's your boy Legendary Donald back in the reaction. Today we got my boy Jimmy High Roller with another banger video. This one I seen this, I knew I had to react to because I got a lot of like Jordan, LeBron fans, you know what I'm saying? And let me get this straight before we get into this. I do not hate LeBron James. I don't know why people just, oh my gosh, why does dude hate LeBron? I don't hate LeBron, bro. So please get out in the comments saying, oh my gosh, bro, give me LeBron. I love LeBron. He's the greatest player of this generation. But like, as I've been saying, he's not better than Jordan. You know what I'm saying? That's my perspective. Feel me? I'm not even going to continue to argue because it's nothing I can say, you feel me, to change y'all's mind. So it's really no way for me to settle this debate with y'all, you feel me? But hey, you knew make sure I comment, bro, 10K, you know what I'm saying? But if the Lakers miss the playoffs, you know it's the GOAT, you feel me? Jordan would never, you know what I'm saying, at this state miss the playoffs. No cap. Feel me? I don't know if he did, you feel me? But hey, Jordan's still the GOAT to me, you feel me? Let's get to it. You feel me? The harsh truth about the GOAT debate.
It's never gonna end.
Feel me?
Is it?
It's not.
LeBron's reign over the NBA. I've just come to the conclusion
that
LeBron's act into the Matrix and has transcended aging. LeBron is in his 19th NBA season and is somehow still one of the best players on the planet. This isn't supposed to happen. 99% of NBA players peak in their mid to late 20s and then slowly regress as they age, eventually becoming a liability to their team and inevitably sailing off into the sunset, washed up and content with their achievements. But not LeBron. The man is fighting his age like he's got a grudge on time itself. And the more he piles up on these mind-bending feats, the more we must ask ourselves the question, and I really hate to do this, but is LeBron the greatest basketball player of all time? And if he isn't, what would he need to do to truly, once and for all, be the GOAT?
Honestly, I don't want to bring up rings in this, but you got to look at the teams that LeBron has played with, bro. You feel me? Honestly, I feel like LeBron probably should have more rings than what he does, being 4 and 6 with all those, you know what I'm saying, potential Hall of Famers, All-Stars, you know what I'm saying? And you got to look at Jordan like the comp that Jordan played, bro. He played literally that Bucks team back in the day, bro. Feel me? Who had 2 damn Hall of Famers. He had to play Larry Bird, feel me? Arguably one of the greatest players of all time. And that super team Celtics team, bro. And then I looked at a statistic where LeBron, honestly, bro, the East was not comp, bro. You feel me? But LeBron is definitely putting up good numbers. I will say that. You feel me? In an era where I feel like defense is not much of a thing. You feel me? Some players do.
About 5 years ago,
know what I'm saying?
I uploaded my first basketball-related video onto this channel.
That's what's up, man.
The video is LeBron the GOAT. You can still watch this video today, but since it's an absolute dog water of a production, I highly recommend.
No, it's good. Everybody start from somewhere.
To summarize the video,
I know my first reaction videos was terrible. That was 6 months ago.
Fast forward 5 years and thousands of hours of watching games, collecting data, and gathering context in this sport.
That's what's up, man. The grind paid off.
I've changed my ways and realized that Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time.
Where the like button at right now? Where the like button at? Hold on. Do I even subscribe to my boy? If I don't, oh yeah, I'm tweaking right now, man. Hold on. Subscribing to you. Turn on all post notifications. Like the video. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you, my boy, for realizing the greatest of all time. You know what I'm saying? Feel me? I don't know why your videos pop up in my feel me?
But my original assessment from 5 years ago hasn't completely changed, because I never said LeBron was the GOAT at the time. I just gave 10 reasons why LeBron would retire as the GOAT. But
wait a minute, I just subscribed to you. What you finna say?
I've pretty much avoided the GOAT conversation altogether. I've put a spin on the idea of the greatest players in certain aspects of the game. I've talked about,
bro, if you don't think Jordan the GOAT, just watch the documentary.
Purely numbers, but I've never really broken down who the greatest player is, in my opinion, because I just feel like the topic is a bit redundant. And ESPN already gives you a daily update on the GOAT debate anyways, so no need for me to do it. But I think it's time we actually discuss this, because what LeBron is doing at this point in his career is just absurd. At the moment, there are pretty much 3 different camps.
No defense at all.
people who think Michael Jordan is the GOAT, people who think LeBron is the GOAT, and people who are wrong. I'm just joking, of course.
Wait, it's only 20% of people that think LeBron's the GOAT? What? I thought it'd be more. Ain't gonna count.
The GOAT category. About 20% of people fall into the LeBron's the GOAT category, and about 5% fall into the other category.
Bro, who
Usually
else?
These other fans believe the GOAT is Wilt or Kobe.
No disrespect to Kobe, man, but playoffs, man, it just like his mentality is the GOAT. I'm not gonna count. Feel me? Wilt Chamberlain, he played plumbers and janitors. Let's be real, no count. Kareem is actually a discussion. I ain't gonna hold you, man. Feel me? It could be a potential discussion. And Larry Bird. People want to sleep on how good Larry Bird was. You know what I'm saying?
Or Kareem. There's not many of them, but boy, will they die on that hill. See, the thing here is that a lot of the fans in MJ's corner believe that he is and will forever.
Look at that, had to play that super team, Celtics team.
Realistically, is there anything LeBron can do to surpass him? I mean, there's got to be some sort of objective metric we can use to distinguish.
If LeBron wins another ring or two,
no
maybe.
Opinions, no bias, just the facts.
Which I don't think I bet on that not happening. Unless he goes to another super team.
And retired with 8 rings, he'd undoubtedly be the GOAT, right? So there are paths for him to become the greatest ever. But where does that threshold lie? And what would LeBron have to achieve to get there?
A casual fan is best.
First, let's just take a look at the basic numbers. Between Michael and LeBron
no more pausing, man.
Points, rebounds, assists, blocks, more triple doubles, higher field goal percentage, and a higher 3-point percentage. And Michael has more steals and a higher free throw percentage. This whole argument, the career totals argument, is only useful in demonstrating LeBron's longevity and sustained excellence. These numbers don't prove that LeBron's a better scorer or rebounder.
Exactly, numbers don't mean
or
much.
Shooter than Jordan. They just prove that LeBron's been good at these things for a very, very long time. These numbers also show just
Jordan
how
did that with an era
LeBron is.
dominated by centers, you know what I'm saying?
Asset. So instead of looking at career totals, let's look at career averages. Michael averages more points and more steals. And LeBron averages more assists and more rebounds. And
then the stats aren't really, bro. Let's pause real quick. After this, I'm gonna pause it, bro. We gotta look at the 3-point percentage, bro. But back in the day, people weren't shooting as many threes, bro. If Jordan had to accumulate to this era where everybody shoots threes, bro, and all these averages, you feel me? Like, come on, man. Like, this is an era that was dominated by centers. You feel me? And he still put up this amount of points. You feel me? Like, you just gotta realize greatness.
This is usually where the argument for the GOAT ends for most people. Throw in a required comment about their finals records, and you pretty much have a condensed version of most GOAT debates.
Come on, man.
There is so much more to
LeBron is still a good player, though.
So let's
second greatest all time. You feel me? Advanced
stats.
You
don't know how much I like advanced stats. They don't tell the full story, but if you know which ones to look for, you can discover some nuances in a player's game that you won't get by just watching them play.
No more pausing. I already know y'all pissed off at me for pausing so much.
Per 48, offensive box plus minus, defensive box plus minus, value over replacement, and true shooting percentage. These 6 advanced stats give us efficiency, production, value, impact, and pretty much everything in between. And in these 6 advanced statistics, Michael Jordan exceeds LeBron in 5 of them. He's more efficient
advanced
overall.
Stats.
He contributes to more wins. He contributes to more points. He's better on defense, and he is generally more valuable on the court than LeBron is. The only advanced stat where LeBron tops Jordan is true shooting percentage. Now, in terms of who's a better basketball player, nearly every metric points to Michael Jordan. But really take a look at these numbers, and it's actually uncanny just how close LeBron is to MJ across the board. Just a fraction behind Jordan in pretty much everything. But these numbers aren't even addressing who's greater, because that conversation would involve accolades and accomplishments and impact on the game. Take away the rings, the influence, the intangibles, the opinions, and it's virtually objectively true that Michael was a better basketball player than LeBron. But the GOAT debate isn't necessarily about who is the better player. It's about who is the greatest player. We've got some more unpacking to do.
Okay, I ain't gonna lie, I like that. Anything, look at that quote, man. That's just a quote of a GOAT. That's just a quote of a GOAT. You know what I'm saying? That's just the quote of a GOAT. Anything you could do, I can do better. feel me?
Now, we cannot have a thorough GOAT debate.
Just look at the Last Dance documentary, please. I guarantee you, man.
Numbers are cool and they have their purpose, but numbers alone aren't indicative of greatness. They're just a vehicle to greatness. This is why, despite James Harden spending half a decade piling up some of the greatest scoring numbers in NBA history,
stat pattern, bro.
Most people don't consider him greater than some players with far lesser offensive numbers. The numbers complement the
And James Harden does not show up in the
not the other way
playoffs.
around.
That's why I don't think
This
he's...
is also why I consider Wilt Chamberlain to have been a better basketball player than Bill Russell, but Bill Russell was greater than Wilt. Wilt achieved his greatness through his numbers, whereas Russell achieved his greatness by contributing to an unrelenting style of winning basketball. So let's take a look at the accomplishments of both
Nah, that
Michael
man Bill
Jordan
Russell is a
and
different
LeBron
beast.
James. Now, there are plenty of other awards a player can earn in the NBA, but these are the ones that really stand out on a player's resume. Championships, Finals MVPs, regular season MVPs, Defensive Player of the Year, All NBA selections, and All Defensive Team selections. And amongst these 6 categories, Jordan beats LeBron in 5 of them. And Michael accomplished all of this
Feel
in
me?
just 15
And
seasons
just,
to LeBron.
that's another point I keep bringing out in the debate. He accomplishes in lesser seasons. I've been saying that Jordan has accomplished, you feel me, more than LeBron has, and he's played 19 seasons, bro. You feel me? I'm just saying. I'm like, LeBron's the greatest player of this generation, but you can't tell me, bro, like, as a Bulls fan too, bro, that Jordan's not the GOAT, bro. Like, you can't tell
All
me.
18 seasons. The only category where LeBron outperformed Michael is in All NBA
Because he's played
selections.
longer.
And most will argue that, again, this is an accomplishment of longevity more than anything else, which, at this point, seems to be the overall theme in the GOAT debate. Up to this point in his career, the majority of fans will agree that LeBron has been a step below Jordan in terms of greatness. So now the race to become the GOAT has become a marathon. Because eventually, the sheer volume of LeBron's career numbers and achievements
LeBron is nice,
becomes
man. I gotta give it to him.
overwhelming that we'll have no choice but to concede that he is, in fact, the greatest player of all time. Which brings us to a real dilemma
Okay, man.
in this
Stop it, bro.
age-old debate.
Feel me? I was rocking with you. I still rock with you, you know what I'm saying? We just need to just pause it real quick.
The flame that burns twice as bright burns half as long. A great quote by the ancient Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu regarding the idea of excellence.
Bro, look at all those players. You look scared to play LeBron, bro. Come on, man.
Almost as if you can have longevity.
Look at that layup, though. You know what I mean?
But you can't have both. Now, in the world of basketball and sports in general, usually being exceptional translates to longevity
Defense,
and vice
man.
versa. Michael Jordan was excellent.
Ooh, I never tried to know Jordan can do those
His
dunks
flame
too, you
was
feel me?
violently bright, and it burned for quite some time. But what if there was a flame that burned about 95% as bright and lasted much, much longer? At a certain point, the radiance of even the brightest flame is outclassed by the flame that just won't quit. Of course, LeBron isn't a flame. He's a 6'9", 250-pound freak of nature in basketball shoes, but his light shines about 95% as bright as Michael Jordan's did, and it's lasting a whole lot longer. When does the longevity of LeBron's brilliance simply outmatch the slightly greater but much shorter brilliance of Michael? Because as we've discussed, Mike trumps LeBron in pretty much every single metric other than longevity and overall production. So the real question here is how much longer will LeBron have to be excellent before the majority agrees that he is greater than Michael was? The man is in his 19th NBA season and he's leading the NBA in scoring. He's still a top 5 player in the league and his bag is getting deeper and deeper with every season. Here's a chart of LeBron's total points, assists, and rebound averages.
Bro, I literally said that this is LeBron's actually his best season in
Points
his
on the
career,
graph
bro.
represents the
I ain't gonna
total
cap.
average of points, assists, and rebounds.
Literally his
for every
best season of his career.
So, for example, this season LeBron is putting up 8, 6, and 30 a game. So his
LeBron has
total
never
for the
averaged
season
30, bro.
Is 44. Now, in the NBA, anything above a total of 40 is exceptional. LeBron's total production has exceeded 40 in 17 different seasons. Now here's Michael's total average points, assists, and rebounds for every season of his career. This is by far the greatest argument in favor of LeBron in the GOAT debate. The man has simply sustained excellence.
But you gotta look at it, bro. Jordan didn't have to do all that, you feel me?
Just a vehicle to greatness. There has got to be a point where the
He didn't have to do all
are
that.
too glaring to ignore.
You already declared his greatness winning 6 rings. You know what I'm saying?
Some fans will argue that there were other players that were still really good this late in their career.
That's what I'm saying. That's why, bro, the age stuff, bro, like, I don't know. He's doing good, man, but like this age stuff is like the only thing I hear about, bro. He's doing it just at this age. Why he didn't do it before? Feel me? This is literally his best season of his career. Why he didn't do it before? Feel me? I know he dominated before, but you gotta look at it, bro. This age stuff, like, you gotta stop it, bro. I understand he's doing good, bro.
Or Karl Malone.
Feel me?
They weren't even close.
As the greatest player of this generation, you're supposed to do this. You know what I'm saying?
Player to be a part of the 30K, 10K, 10K club. Aside from a freak injury, he'll undoubtedly break Kareem's scoring record. He'll probably play the most seasons in an NBA career. He already has the record for most All-NBA selections, and he's still adding to what is probably the longest career highlight reel with moments like this. If LeBron is still doing this in a couple years, while still putting up All-NBA numbers, I really think it's going to be difficult to say that he's not the greatest player ever.
People don't understand Jordan played two sports too.
You know what?
That takes a real toll on your body.
While LeBron's legacy is growing,
professional,
as he plays more seasons, Michael's legacy would have been slightly diminished if he played more seasons. Of course, this isn't a matter of fact, but all the evidence points towards this assumption. Michael Jordan retiring after playing just 13 NBA seasons in 1998 was the best thing he could have ever done for his legacy. The Bulls were not going to win another championship, and the backbone of the dynasty he had built had all but vanished by the beginning of the 1999 season. If he had played through that 3-year retirement gap from 1999 to 2001, he would have either stayed with the Bulls and put up huge numbers on a losing team, or signed with a different team and chased rings. Both options
Jordan doesn't do that,
far
man.
less illustrious than him going out on top with the team that drafted him. Michael's career was the perfect storm. He was drafted by a franchise that was ready and willing to build around him. He was on a roster that suited his skill sets extremely well.
Look at the greatness, man.
Right as the dominant teams from the 80s and early 90s, like the Lakers, Celtics, and Pistons, began to fade away. You could not have written a better career if you tried. On the other hand, despite his success, LeBron really got the short end of the deal many times throughout his career. He spent his first 7 seasons in the NBA playing for a team that could not have cared less about building a coherent team around him. He spent 4 straight finals going toe-to-toe with the most dominant dynasty in modern NBA history outside of Jordan's Bulls. While Michael was surrounded by players who were all willing to buy into their system, LeBron has spent many years carrying the load of bad rosters and seemingly...
That's why that's what you're wrong, bro. This season right here is the only season LeBron's had a bad team. This, I give him credit, you know what I'm saying? Taking this Cavs team, that's the, like, bro, Jordan literally has not played with as many Hall of Famers as LeBron, bro. I'm sorry, bro. As many All-Stars as LeBron had. Oh, that decision right there is cap. You feel me? I don't care about that still, you know what I'm saying?
Teammates, part of which is his own fault for trying to play GM and putting together piss-poor rosters.
Bruh.
Small nuances because the debate is very nuanced. As much as people want to act like the whole 6-0 in the finals is the end-all be-all to the discussion, it's just not. If rings were all that mattered, then Bill Russell would be the GOAT. Oh, but he played a long time ago. That doesn't count. Okay, well then Robert Horry is the GOAT because he has 7 rings to Jordan's 6. Well, yeah, but Horry wasn't the best player on any of those championships. Okay, so is the argument about rings, or is it about being the best player on the court, or a mixture of both? Is a player's performance, despite how masterful it was, all in vain if his team loses? The line becomes less and less clear the deeper you dig. No single metric can be used to determine this debate. And the unpacking of every small, minute detail is a necessary burden.
Oh my gosh.
But unfortunately, it's a burden that most fans won't bother to take on.
The not so undisputed GOAT.
At the moment, I personally believe Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time.
Yeah.
The best basketball player of all time. But, unlike some fans, I don't think the door has closed on LeBron. I think that if LeBron can continue to dominate the league for a few more seasons and continue to shatter our previous notions of
this is low-key facts.
Possible
Feel me?
in a single NBA career,
this is low-key facts.
He has a chance to retire as the greatest player of all time.
It's low-key facts.
But of course, only time will tell.
Yeah, as of right now, you cannot say LeBron's the GOAT. As of right now, feel me?
Be on his side.
I mean, Jordan's still always gonna be my GOAT. Feel me? But hey, I ain't gonna lie, that was a good video, man. You know what I'm saying? I learned a lot, man. LeBron is a great player, man. I never said any like I don't hate LeBron, bro. Feel me? I just don't like the bad takes and the bad excuses about this and that. You know what I'm saying? LeBron's the greatest player in his generation. By far. There's nobody in his generation that has done what LeBron has done. You know what I'm saying? But, in a simple fact, Jordan, just go look at the documentary. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, man, you feel me? This debate ain't never gonna end, bro. Like, I ain't gonna count. You feel me? So, hey, comment down below, y'all go, man. You feel me? I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying, rap the tassel because I don't hate LeBron. I think LeBron's a very great player. Like I've been saying, he's the greatest player in his generation. You know what I'm saying? I just think that we need to calm down on me saying that I hate LeBron. I don't hate LeBron. Feel me? The reason I really get on LeBron and the Lakers is because your fans talk so much trash. Your team is so pissed. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, the debate is never gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? You make sure I come in on the road 10K. You know, sensible listener, don't man.